Hello boys and girls, welcome back to our video series, At Our Wits End. I am Grandpa Ken. Last week I met you in our organic garden where Grandma Kathy taught us about growing fruits and vegetables and flowers. And her garden was beautiful and the tomatoes were getting ripe and the cucumbers were beautiful. Well, today, instead of talking about a successful garden, I'm going to talk about potatoes and failure. Failure? Nobody likes failure. But I have to tell you, in the process of learning how to grow potatoes, I have failed more than once. Now, I understand that many of you have tried to learn new skills like riding a bike. And when you're learning to ride a bike, it's pretty certain that you're going to fall down a few times and fail and maybe even get hurt. But the only way to avoid getting hurt and never failing is to not do anything. So when you want to learn something new, you can count on the fact that sometimes it's not going to go very well. For example, right here, this garbage can, this one right here, this is what I used to grow potatoes in my first try. There's holes in the bottom that I drilled because everybody that taught me about growing potatoes in a garbage can gave me instructions and I followed the instructions. But you want to know how my potatoes came out? They weren't any bigger than these marbles here. And so in the spring of this year, I decided to try it again to learn how to grow potatoes. So I built this fence here and we dug up all the dirt and we realized that all the dirt in this area is clay. It's not any good for growing vegetables and fruits and flowers. So we mixed a lot of other soil in it to make it better. And Kathy decided, because I was too late to grow my potatoes once we'd done all that work, she decided to plant other vegetables. But as you can see, well, she failed too. These aren't very good plants. They aren't growing at all well. And we've learned that we've got to do more work in order to get the soil to grow the potatoes. So next year, we're going to try again. And that's one of the things that we all have to learn. If we want to learn a new skill, we have to be willing to try again. So next spring, we're going to dig up the soil again. We're going to mix in more good soil. We're going to plant the potatoes. We're going to make sure they have sun and rain. We're going to weed the garden. And then we're going to wait, maybe as long as 5 months, for the potatoes to grow. And then we'll come back and we'll get the shovel and we'll dig into the ground and we'll see what kind of potatoes we have grown this time. And I hope they'll be big and delicious. But if they're not, boys and girls, well, I can pretty well say that we will try again because I really want to learn to grow potatoes. Why? Because I like potatoes, but also because I want to learn how to grow things. And it just might be necessary sometime in the future that all of us know how to be a good gardener. Well, boys and girls, it's always wonderful to be with you. So goodbye and until next week. God bless.